Hey everybody, I wanted to share some of the equipment that we use in our therapy programs and just share some of the incredible success that we've had with this equipment. Today we're going to be talking about our Hugo Pro, which is a pulse electromagnetic frequency device. We've seen some tremendous success with this equipment. In fact, just the story that you were reading on Susan struggled for weeks sleeping in a chair in her living room because she couldn't put any pressure on her hip. And after one treatment, she was basically pain free and was able to sleep in her bed that night. So, really, really great stories. Now, I always tell people just because you get out of pain doesn't necessarily mean you're fixed. What we want to really do is restore the balance or harmony in the muscles that surround the joint so that joint is now going to move properly. Another thing we do with this type of equipment is we restore the lost electrical properties within the damaged cells. So if you think of a healthy cell like a grape, and we think of an unhealthy, a damaged cell, a sick cell, like a raisin. What happens is the cellular membrane collapses when that cell loses its electrical charge. Now, what's wrong with that? When the cellular membrane, which is the gateway to the cell, when that collapses, good nutrition can enter the cell and toxins can exit the cell. And so you are never ever going to truly be able to optimize cellular health because that cell has been damaged. And unless you restore the electrical properties of that cell, you can have a great deal of dysfunction or pain that will eventually rear its ugly head again. And oftentimes, what will happen is when people are in a therapeutic program, even if they get out of pain, did they restore functionality back to their body? So what we look to do is we look to reharmonize or rebalance the musculature. Again, we look for muscles that are short and tight, and we loosen or stretch those muscles. We look for the muscles that are long and weak, we strengthen them. Then what we do is we get your body to move the way it's designed to. You see, when you have an injury, what happens is your body starts to compensate and you alter how you move. And when you alter how you move, oftentimes what will happen is your muscles and your nervous system become rewired. And the next thing you know, that goes upstream. So it might start out as a back, then it goes to a hip, and then eventually in the knees. So what we want to do is not only fix the injury, but what we want to do is restore the function back to your body, i.e. getting you to move properly again. So what do we have here? We have a number of applicators. So we could actually have one of the applicators on your left shoulder, one of the applicators on your right shoulder. We could treat both shoulders at the same time. We could treat both knees at the same time, both hips at the same time. If we want more of a targeted treatment, I could just do one big Tesla coil, put that on my shoulder, and just really target my left shoulder. Or I could lay on this right in the center of my back and really focus on my back. So we have some really great applications if you are dealing with any kind of pain or any kind of injury. Another thing we have is we have a mat, we have a bottom mat, and we have a top mat. Now, typically with this type of equipment, some of the home units and some of the other units that don't quite have the intensity of this piece of equipment, they'll just have a single mat. And what happens is when you're lying on that mat, all that energy is going to go through your body. But what happens is it goes all the way through your body and that energy dissipates. This company actually has a patent on this technology. So they actually have a top mat and a bottom mat in actually making what they call a magnetic sandwich. So you're actually getting the energy from the top, you're getting the energy from the bottom. Now remember, when that cellular membrane collapses because the cell is sick or it's injured, what this is going to do is it's going to restore the electrical properties. It's going to take that cell from like a raisin state up to that grape state. That's when we know we've got the health of the cell again. Now good nutrition can enter the cell, waste product can dump out of the cell. And so with the magnetic sandwich, if you want to look to lose some weight, if you want to look at doing a detoxification program, this is a fabulous adjunct to some of the nutritional supplements you may be doing in terms of detox supplementation. So we are just getting fabulous results with this equipment. So if you yourself are struggling with some intermittent pain, some chronic pain, or you know someone that is, have them call our office today. We've seen just so many incredible stories, and we're getting more every week. So whether that's you or a friend or family member that you know, boy, when a person's in pain, especially chronic pain, it changes your spirit. It can be frustrating. It can be overwhelming. People can be angry. They can get depressed. Pain can really have a stranglehold over people, and life is too short to be in pain. So if you are in pain, you know someone is, give us a call today, and let's get you out of pain.